Hello and welcome to another episode of Ken Training, where we give you the education and knowledge you need to tackle this project and projects like this. Please hit like and subscribe to my channel, Ken Training. Today's project is going to be reattaching this gutter that is right behind me, which is generally speaking a fairly simple project, but there are a few tips to installing a gutter that we'll go over during the installation of this project. The reason why this had to come off is because these windows I installed right behind me, this window right here in particular, and by the way, you can check out my channel Ken Training if you want to see the instructions how to install this type of vinyl replacement window yourself with a stucco exterior house. What happened is the fin, which is this section right here on this window, was larger than the original metal clad window. So because the fin is larger, the gutter was in the way, so I had to remove it for the installation of this. So that's why we have to do the reinstallation. I have the gutter that we want to install right over here, and we have to get it lined up to figure out where to put our support straps in first, and then we'll go from there. Right here is the downspout that we want to connect onto. Now if we take the gutter and put it exactly parallel, or perpendicular rather, coming back this way, you'll see how it's going to be like overlapping the fin of the new window. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it just to the left. I brought a 4-foot level out here. Technically we're not even going to need it because we're going to use the window as the level itself. So you can see if I'm like that, I'm crooked, so I just want to be parallel to the window for the installation. So the first thing, you can see the old gutter straps. Right there is one and right there is the other. The only thing that we need to establish now is where on the window we need to do it. So the first thing I want to do is get this piece in on the top, which is this piece right here, and then we can figure out make sure that there's a slope there, and then figure out where the straps need to go. Here's the tools I'm using for the project. I've got a hammer drill here, which will be used to attach into the stucco. Right now there's no supports here, so we do need to put those in. So we're going to use a hammer drill for that. These are the anchors that I'm going to use for the straps. So here's the two straps that were existing. We're going to reattach those. The only thing that's going to be off is I'm not sure about the hole location, so we'll figure that out when we get to it. So this is what I'm going to use for the two straps to anchor into the concrete, to the stucco, and then these screws here are just to attach the gutter pieces, the miscellaneous pieces together, which is nothing more than just a 1/4-inch hex head self-tapping screw, or it's really not a self-tapping, but with that piercing tip it's like a self-tapping. By the way, I forgot to mention, I also have a video on how I installed these gutters onto the house myself. So if you check out my channel, Ken Training, you can research it there. I'll try to leave a link as well in the description at the end of the video on how to install gutters. The trick is, on my house, it was angled fascia. So my gutters was installing gutters on angled fascia, which is the side piece of wood that they call fascia. Okay, I have this in with just one screw, and I'm going to attach this. Now when you put these pieces together, you always want to go inside to outside, so the water is always flowing inside the next piece downstream, so that way water doesn't go on the outside of the gutter. So you want to make sure you got your connections right. So this should be the male, the downstream is the female. Alright, so we're going to put that in, put that up against the wall, and make sure that we have a slope here, and make sure that this is going to work out okay on the other end. This has to go here, and this can go a little bit lower. Alright, right about like this is exactly how I want the gutter to go. I'm going to put the straps, I can put the straps anywhere. Here's the existing location that I was at before, but I think I'll go and put the strap in a new location for here. And the other one can go in the same location. Okay, now we have our locations where we're going to put the straps. One is going to go there, and the other one is going to go right there. Okay, let me show you how I am doing this hole. I know that I want the gutter strap to go right here. I'm just using this piece of gutter as kind of like a guide to give me a centering direction of how much space I want. So I'm going to put this right about there. Should be just fine. Alright, let's see how that works out for the supports for the strap. And I'll do the bottom one the exact same way. Okay, right here I ran into a problem when I tried to drill it out with this. The concrete just started disintegrating. So I tried to go to a hole higher to put it up there, and I was getting the same result. Now, because this is a corner of the house right here, my expectation is there's a piece of wood. So I got a 3-inch screw right here. I look for a decking screw for an exterior grade, but I don't have one, and I want to get this job done right now. So I'm just going to use this 3-inch drywall screw, which is going to grab. So I got a drill here, and before I put this together with the strap, what I want to do is I've got some polyurethane sealant. I want to put some polyurethane in here to fill this up. So let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, that'll all be buried by the gutter anyway, so you won't even see that particular strap. Alright, here you go. So I have it coming down off the gutter to the downspout over to here. First strap is right there. That one is just anchored into the stucco. And then there's the bottom one with that 3-inch screw into the wood, but I used the polyurethane sealant. You can't even see where I put it because it's all buried behind the gutter. And then we transition over to this flex piece right here. And then what I do is I just angle this out like this away from the house. So when it rains off of this here, it kind of is going away from the structure down here and out that way. Basically that's it. This is a good size roof, so we are shedding a lot of water. And the way I've got this set up, let me show you the full picture. The way I got this set up is I don't have a downspout on this side because I don't want any obstructions, because we use that as a walkway path. So you can see this huge roof right here is actually just going here. So if it's a heavy rain, obviously I'll overflow that, but under all normal rain and pretty decent even size rain, this will handle all the runoff, and it will all just come right down there, out away from the structure, that way towards the street. Okay, that's going to conclude this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click on like, check out my training, links to other videos, windows, and installing gutters on angled fascia, and leave some comments about your projects, and if you like any particular types of gutters or manufacturers of gutters or anything like that. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you later.